Thanks for watching this 15th video in a series of worked solutions for Edexcel GCSE Computer Science, which is hopefully helping you prepare for Paper 1. And in this video, we're going to go through how to get to the answers for question 5b, which is about different network protocols. And then we're going to talk through the keywords and the command words for question 5c, which is about network security and vulnerabilities. So, as before, you can download this past paper from the link in the description underneath the video. And we're having a look at question 5b. So the school decides to use a firewall to block all network traffic apart from these two protocols, HTTP and HTTPS. And we need to describe one difference. So first of all, what is a protocol? A protocol is a set of rules that determine how computers can talk to each other. So HTTP and HTTPS are both network protocols, sets of rules for downloading web pages and images over the internet. The only real difference is the S on the end, Hypertext Transfer Protocol and Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. The S means secure. What does that secure mean? It means that if you've got a web page that is HTTPS, you tend to have a padlock on it, and it means that all data sent to that web server or downloaded from that web server is going to be encrypted. So nobody else can eavesdrop or listen to your traffic. Particularly useful if you're sending credit card information or personal information or passwords. It means the computers that sit between your computer and the network server that you're talking to, because remember you have to send traffic via lots of different computers, the other computers in that chain won't be able to listen to what you're sending or receiving. That's compared to HTTP. If you send passwords, if you try and log into a website that only uses HTTP, your password will be sent in plain text. Anyone else, any other computer on the network will be able to see what your password is. So what could you say that gets you the marks? You have to say that Hypertext Transfer Protocol is HTTP, and Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure is HTTPS. So that's your statement. The difference is HTTPS transmits data encrypted, whereas HTTP sends the data unencrypted or in plain text. So even if you couldn't remember Hypertext Transfer Protocol, if you mentioned that HTTPS is secure, you'd get that first mark. But for the second mark, you'd need to talk about the fact that HTTPS sends data encrypted, or you'd need to say that HTTP is unencrypted. Okay, so the second part of this question, we need to describe one other protocol. Remember, this is describe, not state. State means you just write it down for 1 mark. Describe means you need to write it down and say what it does. A firewall is something that will block out network traffic. Imagine the United Kingdom during, say, the Spanish Armada. If the Spanish ships had made it to British shores, potentially you could have stopped them getting through by pouring loads of oil all around the channel, an environmental disaster. But if you set all of that oil on fire, none of the ships could get through. It's the same sort of idea for network traffic. It's just blocking network connections from another computer or network connections from your computer to an outside computer. It's blocking network traffic. So you need to describe one protocol. So you could say any of these. You need to state it and then say what it does. So File Transfer Protocol, or FTP, 1 mark, and then say what it does. So File Transfer Protocol is used for copying or managing files on a different server. You could have had POP3 or IMAP, 1 mark, and then you describe what that means. So both of these protocols, both of these sets of rules for communicating over a network are for receiving emails. And incidentally, you don't get the mark if you just say POP3 is for email. You need to know that POP3 or IMAP is for receiving emails. And then SMTP is for sending emails. So 1 mark for stating the protocol, 1 word for saying what it means. All right, okay, so the next question, you need to, so the keywords and command words here, let's highlight as we go through. The school uses commercial analysis tool to identify several vulnerabilities in the school network. What is meant by a vulnerability? So have a look at the keyword activities in the link in the description to find out what we mean by a vulnerability. And identify 2 methods of identifying more vulnerabilities other than using a commercial analysis tool. So a commercial analysis tool is some software that you pay for, another company has written it, it will run a series of tests on your network and it will make a report that says what is wrong with your network. Other than using commercial analysis tool, what other 2 methods could you use? So the command word here is identify, and you need to identify 2 methods, so 2 marks available. Okay, so we'll go through how to get to the answers in the next video. Hope this has been helpful.